You are not to be so blind with patriotism that you can't face reality. Wrong is wrong, no matter who does it or say it. You are watching Special TV. I am Ikram Gun. Saad is with us. Today we talk the life of struggle of Martin Luther King Jr. and relate it to Pakistani current political scenario. First of all, we need to know who is the Martin Luther King. Martin Luther King was born January 15, 1929 and died April 4, 1968 at Atlanta, Georgia, US. He was an American Baptist minister and activist who was one of the most prominent leaders in the civil rights movement from 1955 until his assassination in 1968. His leadership was fundamental to the movement's success in the ending the legal segregation of African Americans in South and the other parts of United States. King rose to national prominence as leader of Southern Christian Leadership Conference, which promoted non-violent tactics, such as the massive March on Washington 1968, to achieve civil rights. He was awarded the Nobel Peace Prize in 1964. Talking about his family, King came from the comfortable middle class family steeped in the tradition of Southern black ministry. Both his father and maternal grandfather were Baptist preachers. Now we try to discuss the struggle of Martin. Hello Saad.
Assalamualaikum salam.
Saad, tell us about the Martin itself.
Martin was a social activist and a person who has related and you can say give it life to the rights of black people. And he has suffered a lot in his life. He has worked hard. He has delivered a lot of speeches for the rights of black people because in his era he faced a lot of problems against there are so many white supremacists who believe that
he was faced many problems.
Yeah.
Why Martin Luther King was so determined and keep on fighting for the rights of black people?
Actually, he has suffered a lot, and he was seeing in this he was actually determined because at that time Negroes were black people are called Negroes. So it is a very bad term. I don't agree with it. But white people or white supremacists used to call that term. And black people are ignored in all the fields. And he has worked hard, and he was by the view believe that everyone is equal in the right of law. So there is very inhuman treatment going on for the rights of black people. And at that time black people were not supposed to even give the right to sit in the buses. So this is very unfair at that time in America.
You're trying to say that black always lived in a slavery.
Yeah, slavery.
So move on to next question. If we compare and see his struggles, do minorities have all rights in Pakistan?
I think so. In Western politics, there's a lot of change going on. But unfortunately, in Pakistan, there is nothing, we cannot compare. But according to the sayings of Qaid-e-Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah, Rahmatullah alayh, it was declared in a constitution that minorities have all equal rights. But when we see the small protests, I can relate to the latest event, there is a small event, some people gathered on with one person has commit some kind of crime, and police is trying to arrest him, and the people attack him and killed themselves. So it is very inhuman, and lot of people have no rights in Pakistan, minorities. So we have to give rights, but we can believe that one day we will definitely develop the society in which everyone is living a prosperous life.
Obviously, Saad, we can say that all minorities in Pakistan, they live their life easily.
Life is, life is not that easy for them. as you can so we can say, because there are a lot of difficulties when they're supposed to admit in their offices, so they have to face in the initial starting. But I believe that it will be solved soon, and definitely law will implement, and they will be given all the rights. I hope inshallah it will going to be.
Why the politics of Pakistan is not mature still yet after so many years?
I think so. We have experimented a lot. So we are constantly experimenting after 15 or 16 years. We try to fix some new amendment. We try to fix some new music. We try to play some new song. So when we try to play some new song, we try to change the rhythm. So every time rhythm didn't click. So we have to stick. We have to give a chance to our politicians who are trying to come into the field. And I must say that we have to teach our generation, young generation, that if you want to be prosperous, you have to be educated. But there are certain people who are not educated are supposed to be promoted even in politics. So there is a very unrealistic kind of a trend in politics. So we can say that politics in Pakistan is not maturing because there are so many experiments going on, and after every 10 years we try to come with the new trend or music. So that music doesn't click.
You mean to say, as a nation, we never follow a specific one goal. That's why we face our problems.
We have so many motives, but not one goal.
Okay. So, Osad, tell us why Martin Luther was entitled king?
Martin Luther was entitled king because, when his father, he was 6 years old, his father visited the real hero, Martin Luther, a king, who is the writer of that time. He has written of so many essays. One of the famous essay and trademark of his essays is "I Have a Dream." So he was very impressed with him, his writings, his way of expressing ideas, and his articulation, his opinion. So he has decided that his son has to follow this writer's footsteps, and he himself has changed also his name, not only son's name but also his name also.
So Martin Luther King has all characteristics to be a king. So in the end, we can say Martin was great leader, right, Saad?
Yeah, he was not only a leader, he was a passionate lover of politics. You can say he has changed everything. He has set the tone that everyone is equal in the light of law, in the rights of principle, or whatever comes to you.
So thank you, Saad.
Welcome.
Here we are very much informed about the Martin Luther King from by your side. Talking about leadership, then we must quote here Plato's statement that the heaviest penalty for declining the rule is to be ruled by someone inferior to yourself. Here we end. Allah Hafiz.